Hey there, this is James with Unity of Greenville, sharing spiritual and practical principles for spirituality. That's why we're here. So this fine day, I want to share with you some thoughts and ideas on what is it that we really need. What do you really, 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 really need more than anything else? Sometimes when if you're not aware of what you need, then you don't know what to do in order to fulfill the need that you're not aware that you have a need of. Does that make sense? Something to think about, right? So I want to go over just a few things that I feel we need as human beings for fulfillment and just to be happy. I believe in a God, in a power, and a divine energy source that wants everyone to be happy, that wants people to live a fulfilled life, to live their highest life, their best life. I really believe in that. And so that's what I want for people in my life. And what I figured out is that if I can help others to live a higher quality of life, that increases my quality of life. The more positive information that is shared in a helpful, instructful way, then the more that people can change their life. Because once you change your thinking, you change your life simply by changing the way you think, the way you approach things in your life, the way your attitude about things. As you do that, then your life begins to change. And so the first thing I want to share with you that maybe you might need, something that you can think about, is quality attention from people in your life. More and more people in the world are living alone. Used to be that families stayed together, and great grandmothers and grandfathers and all the way down to the great great grandchildren, they kind of all lived in the same community, the same area, even the same house. So unless your needs are being met elsewhere, a lack of attention can lead to low self-esteem. Lots of folks have low self esteem and feelings of loneliness and lack of connection because as children, they didn't get the quality attention that they needed. And so it's important that you understand you have this need for quality attention. And so you need to put yourself in situations where you're able to relate with other people by being in groups and being involved with other people and interacting with them, and not only receiving quality positive attention, but giving that attention as well. So we all have that need. And so that's why it's important that you gather together in groups so that you can receive quality attention. Now, of course, you can give that to yourself, and that's very important. But one of the ways you can do that is by putting yourself in groups of people and being around other people in this way so that there can be an interaction. We need positive interaction with people. That's very important. The second one is the mind body connection. The way we look after ourselves physically directs or directly affects our psychological well being. It's important that you feed your body good food. Now, you might say, well, good to me is pizza and Coke. Well, once in a while, yes. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with eating a cookie once in a while. Nothing wrong with having some greasy food if that's what you enjoy. But at the same time, most of the time, you need to give your body what it really needs, what it really wants. Because food is medicine, as the ancients would say, and medicine is food. We use food many times to change our moods. And if we just understand that by eating certain kinds of vegetables and fruits, that we get the minerals and vitamins we need that will uplift our mood and change the way we feel and think, and gives us that serotonin and the endorphin levels start pumping, and you feel more alive and more connected. So it's important to remember that your mind is connected with your body. So if you're giving your body garbage or junk food all the time, then what happens is the quality of your emotional state will begin to deteriorate. So it's important that you feed yourself good food most of the time. Does that make sense? Thirdly, purposes. Purpose. You need a purpose. You need to have a goal that you're reaching toward. In other words, do you feel useful? Do you feel useful? It's important to add meaning to your life by volunteering and helping and others. Because what does that do? It makes you feel useful, makes you feel good. When you know that you're meeting someone else's need, when you're showing quality attention to someone else, then that helps you and it comforts you and it helps you to be able to connect. So it's important to use your time to do the things that you enjoy and that cause you to feel like you're useful. It gives you meaning and purpose. This is very important for the human being. It really is. Now, number four is having a connection with something that's bigger than yourself. You know, a sense of connection with like minded people or other people who share your ideas and thoughts and perceptions and attitudes, and working toward a common goal that is important to you, it's important to them, it's important to the group. So that's why you want to join yourself with others who are more spiritually attuned, and they want to be better. They want to grow. They want to evolve. And when you're around people like this raises the quality of your thinking and your feeling and your ability to meet the needs of others. And that's why a spiritual community is so important, because you're working together with people doing something that is greater than just yourself. It is something that meets the needs of the many. And I think that's very powerful, very important. We all have this need of connection in this way. Creativity. Ah, boredom and a lack of achievement can cause you to feel unsatisfied, depressed. And so maybe you could spend more time reading about things that interest you, learning a new skill or craft. It's never too late to learn something new. I want to be able, when I'm 100 and whatever it is, and maybe the next day I'm going to be gone from the planet, that day I want to be learning something new. I want to learn a new skill, a new way to think, a new way to be, a new way to uh, share with others. So it's important that you do things that stimulate the creative part of yourself. And you'll discover that the more you tap into your creativity, the less boredom you have. And boredom basically is a choice. We choose to be bored. Boredom is all about not doing rather than doing something that helps you to be creative and stimulate your creative juices, so that you can be happy, so that your creativity is working and moving. And creativity is one of those things that once you begin to get involved with that creative part of yourself, you will be more in tune with the divine, and able to connect with God in a more literal kind of a way, because then you become a channel of that creativity. You're a channel of divinity, you're a channel of God. It's a beautiful thing. And so remember that you need creativity. You need to be creative. So, and it's never too late to learn something new. And lastly, the thing that I want to talk about, there's more things we could talk about, but I think these kind of have been distilled down into some of the basic needs that we have. And this final one is having a sense of security and feeling safe. Without a sense of security and feeling safe, what happens? You become anxious. You become anxious. And so it's important to learn how to connect with your feelings of security and safety. Now, some of us have learned from our old programming that we live in a fearful world and the world is not safe. And so we walk around with our warning light going all the time, with the buzzer constantly going off that I'm not safe, I'm not safe, I'm not safe, I live in an unsafe world. And when we do that to ourselves, we feel very insecure, and our insecurities are leading us rather than being resolved inside of us. And so it's important to learn how to say to yourself, you know, I live in a positive creation. I live in a positive world. I'm connected to this world. This world is connected to me, and I feel secure. I am safe. Now, if you feel safe when you lock your door, lock your door. You know, I think it's just one of those things that's a good thing to do. You lock your door at night and you feel safe. Now, if you're doing it out of a sense of fear, and even when you lock your doors, you still don't feel safe. You get all kinds of locks on your door, you get the security system, and the thing about that sort of thing is then we forget to lock, then we forget this security system turning it on and off, and it just becomes a thing. And we still feel insecure because it's not really about the the locks on the door or the security system. It's how you feel inside. Do you feel safe? And a lot of folks feel very insecure. And this is where it can be helpful to talk to someone, whether it be a professional or talk to a friend, and just discuss how that you have this insecurity, and talk it out, get it outside of you so that you can see it and you can realize, well, it's not really that rational. My insecurity is pretty irrational. you know eh, and I just want to say this, that right now there's a lot of things that are going on in the world, and it looks like, if you watch the news, that the world is way more dangerous, and so forth and so on. But statistically, we're still pretty safe. You know, we're still pretty safe, and so you want to go in that direction. You want to soothe yourself and to release your insecurities. That doesn't mean you don't wear your seatbelt, that you don't take precautions. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that you want to soothe that anxiousness inside of you, because that is what's causing you to feel fearful. Maybe you're taking in too much of the 24-hour news. Maybe you're taking in too much of other people's burdens and problems. The mind can only handle so much, and so don't do that to yourself. You need to say to yourself, I am secure, I am safe in God. I am safe. I am always taken care of. I'm watched over, and I am blessed. So these are just a few things for you to consider, some needs that we all have as human beings in this world. And when we understand what we need, then we can take steps to bring about what we need and bring it more and more into our lives. All right. Well, thanks for joining with me today. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to make a donation to Unity, go to unitychurchofgreenville.org, make a donation there. You can also watch other videos that we've done. You can see what kind of events are going on and what you want to be involved with. There are many ways to get involved with Unity. We've always got, we've got a wonderful concert coming up here in just a couple of weeks with Daniel Namad. Now, if you've never heard Daniel, he is amazing. He's going to be with us in the first Sunday in June in the evening at 6 o'clock. And so check it out on our website. Join us for one of our events. And I know that you will find connection and a spiritual community that will help you, that will give you that feeling of security and help you to continue to raise your consciousness and your vibration. Thanks for watching today. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll see you soon.